Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my Deca Panning project pan update. I'm super excited to sit down and film this update, although my progress is pretty much bare minimum. I apologize for that. If you're new to this project, it was created by Emily from Emily and Max. She is truly one of my favorites here, so definitely make sure you go check her out. If this is your first time catching a Deca Panning project pan video, I highly recommend checking out Emily's introduction video. She goes through all of the game rules because this is a game style project pan. It's been one of my favorites to participate in ever since this began, and I'm very excited to get into the update. If you are interested, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project panning content or just chit-chatting about makeup, I would love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's get into the update. Okay, you guys, the month of July specifically has been really crazy, and I just have not been wearing makeup all that much. My progress is minimal. So I apologize for that. I don't have anything to roll out, but I gave myself the rule that if I don't have anything to roll out, I am still going to jog hard to roll something in at the end, sort of like a punishment to myself for not hitting any of my goals. So I will be still rolling something new in, but I'll just be adding an item to the project. So I'm gonna go in order that I rolled these products in, starting with the first product, which is this Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Beam. I selected this for the prompt, I believe it was to spotlight another panner, and for this I chose this to spotlight Kelly Gooch. Kelly is someone who I first started watching project pans. She's one of the first people that gave me the inspiration to start a project pan myself, and at the beginning of this year she had rolled in the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Beam into a rolling project 10 pan, so I thought I would do the same. Now this has been in other projects that I have worked on before, so not all of these markings are specifically from this project. I did reach for this probably 3 or 4 times throughout, since the last update, but I don't believe I can make a new marking. When I rolled this into the project at the beginning of the year, this weighed 10 grams, it weighed 9 grams last update, and it still weighs 9 grams today, so not super exciting progress there. Next up, a product I should have had finished a long time ago, but I literally can't get myself to finish this, is this Bite Beauty lip gloss in the shade Flat White. I selected this for the prompt Something a Friend is Panning. Again, I rolled this in the January introduction, and Rebecca Morgan had rolled this into her year-long project pan to finish. She has since finished hers. I have not finished mine. When I rolled this into the project, this weighed 30 grams and it weighed 29 grams last update, still weighs 29 grams today. There is, you can see, maybe it won't show up on camera, there's some disturbance in the tube, and I've actually finished a full-size flat one, this exact same shade. I finished a full size of this in the past, but for some reason I just cannot get myself to reach for this on a consistent basis to finish this. I'm gonna keep chugging along because my goal is to finish that up, but again, not very exciting progress. This next product I selected for a glowy product, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This, I don't know what I was why I thought to torture myself when I rolled this in, but I gave myself a goal of finishing this up. Now this is getting older in my collection, so I truly do need to finish this up, and I feel like of all the products that I worked on this past month in this project, this is the one that I used the most. I used this a couple of times as all over my face, so to even out my skin tone a little bit and add a super glowy, just for a glowy product, and I didn't wear anything else on top of it. I'm what am I trying to say? And then I use this a lot as a liquid highlight, but when I rolled this in, this weighed 133 grams. Last update it weighed 124 grams, and it still weighs 124 grams. And I will say, when I rolled this in at the introduction, it still had my lid broke off, so it had the lid when I rolled this in, so that accounted for some weight as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this by the end of the year, but we're going to keep chugging along and see if I can do it. Another product I thought I should have finished long time ago. I believe I selected this for a cream product, or no, maybe I selected this for my largest category because I chose a liquid blush. Blush is my largest category of makeup, I believe. Is that what I chose this for? I think so. If not, I'll be popping the prompts on the screen. This is something I've worked on again in projects past. I thought I was gonna have this finished by the end of last year, never finished it. This weighed 14 grams at the introduction, weighed 13 grams last update, still weighs 13 grams. I did use this. I tried to use this on my shoulders to highlight. I used it some on my face. And I even one day tried to like highlight the fronts of my legs, and I was like, maybe not doing this. No weight change. And to be honest, I don't necessarily know if my previous line marking was right here. I don't necessarily know I can make another line marking to this either. So I'm hoping to have this finished by the next update, but this is like literally the never ending product. I thought I would have finished that long ago. This next product I selected, I got the prompt, something a friend is panning again. And so I chose the Smashbox Cali Contour Kit in honor of Emily, who created this project. And she was working on this product, I believe in her whole collection project pan this year. And she was working on this contour shade. I gave myself a usage goal for this of 20 uses. I reached for this, I was at, I believe 5 uses as of the last update. I reached for this an additional 2 times, putting me at 7 out of those 20 uses. Nowhere close. I feel like there's like literally, it looks like I have not touched this. There's not much progress at all. I do love this palette, and I'm glad, so I've worked on this earlier this year, hit a pan here, and I'm glad to continue to work on this in another project just so that I can continue to reach for this face palette, because I do really love it. I still have 13 uses left. I feel like it'll take me at least 13 months, not months, 13. I feel like it'll take me at least 3 more months to hit the 13 uses, just based on the fact that like I don't contour that frequently. I don't know what's going on with this hair back here, but that's where we stand with the Cali Contour Kit. Next up, for an influencer collab or an influencer brand, I selected my Auric shadow in the shade Defiance, and I gave myself a 10 use goal, and during those 10 uses I had to reach for the cream shadow or cream part of this at least 5 of those 10 times. Last update I had reached for this 2 times. I'd reached for this 2 times, and I have only reached for this 1 additional time since, putting me at 3 out of the 7 uses. I did just use the lid topper, that's the time that I used it this past month. I've only used the cream portion of this 1 out of those 3 times. This weighed 61 grams when I rolled this in, and it still weighs 61 grams. I'm hoping maybe I can use this at least 2 to 3 more times to get me at least to the halfway mark of my goal. But like I said, I really didn't wear makeup all that much since the last update, and this was just not something I remembered to reach for. Next up, for, I believe this was for a liquid product, I selected my Tarte HydroFlex Serum Foundation. This is just not my favorite foundation, and it was something that I had on my mind that I wanted to finish this year. This weighed 46 grams when I rolled this in. It weighed 45 grams last update, and it weighs 44 grams today. I do feel like I can make, it's kind of hard to say because it's opaque packaging, but I do feel like I could make a new line marking maybe like right about here. So I will likely do that after I finish filming this video. I have been mixing this with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation. I really like the way that those two mix together. In fact, that is what I have as my foundation combination today. I do feel like I probably have at least 2, maybe 3 more months left of use with this, but I'm confident I can finish this up before the end of the year, and that is my goal. And then last update, I rolled in the Sultry Abh Palette, and I specifically rolled in the shade Slate right here. I gave myself a usage goal of 5 total uses just because gray is not something I reach for all that much. And by the way, I selected this for, I got the random color generator prompt, and this, I hope I have a screenshot still, is the random color that got selected. So I chose this gray shade in representation of that random color generator. Gray is just not an eyeshadow color I reach for literally ever, so that's why I only gave myself a 5 use goal. I didn't reach for this at all, so shame on me. I need to just honestly knock those 5 uses out so that I can roll that out next update and have at least 1 rollout. But that is my update on all the products that I'm currently working on. Obviously, I'm not rolling anything out. Super minimal progress on just about everything, but I will still be drawing another card to select a new product to roll in. So I have my cute little Minnesota M&M cards that I will quickly shuffle. And I'm like shuffling, doing the bridge down low, but if I hold it up high towards the camera, I fear that everything's gonna go flying. Here. There we go. And then I can do a little bit of this just so you guys know, like, I am shuffling. And we're gonna pull a card. Good thing it wasn't the Joker. If you select the Joker, you have to work on something you really don't want to pan. So I got the 6 of clubs. Now I'm gonna pull the game board up and see what prompt I got. And I will pop the game board up on the screen so you guys can follow along. But the 6 of clubs, ooh, okay, is a winter themed product right in the dead of summer. I'm gonna go pick something out and I will be right back. Okay, I have my product picked out. Hear me out on this one. I hope no one thinks that I'm cheating or anything, but I'm gonna go with this Rare Beauty foundation. I forget what they call this. It just says foundation on here. I forget the long full name for this. So this is definitely like my fairest of fair shade. Like, we're thinking like dead of winter, no self tan. This would match me then, which is why I'm selecting this. This is also a product I feel like I'm close to finishing up, although when I picked this up, I would say it looked like where I saw lines of demarcation was about halfway through, but I swear I am well beyond halfway through this foundation. I'm trying to like look down in it. I'm honestly not sure. I feel like I'm like 3/4 of the way through this foundation. This is something that like I've been unofficially trying to pan basically all year long. I do really enjoy this foundation, but I would like to repurchase it in a shade that I feel like matches me better more frequently throughout the year, maybe even like more of a summer shade, because this is a lighter foundation. Typically I will mix this with deeper foundations, and I do feel like I'm working on quite a few foundations right now, but I know I can finish this by the end of the year, and I really want to have as many foundation empties at the end of 2022 as possible. So I felt like this was like a super fitting prompt to roll this in for. There was like, I thought about pulling in like these like icier blue eyeshadow shades. That would like be something I would reach for in the winter time, but I didn't want to pull any more eyeshadow in. So I felt like this was super fitting for this prompt. I hope you guys will agree with me, but this is rolling into the project. And that is going to wrap it up for today's update. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's update, for supporting my channel. I love you guys so much. Let a girl know in the comments below if you've recently finished anything off. How is your 2022 panning journey going? I would love to know. Other than that, thanks again for watching today's video, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.